Hey guys, this is just a final video to Zoll and Adobe PC and all them stupid ass PC guys that honestly think they can go to Newegg and buy an i7 and some parts and throw together and get the same thing as a Mac Pro or any other workstation. It shows me that Adobe PC don't know shit when it comes to real professional editing or what you do in a real professional job when it comes to that kind of thing, because if he's sitting here claiming this, then this tells me that he's not working with other professionals, because other professionals I work with don't build their own i7 rig. They buy a professional workstation. That's the professionals I work with. Maybe I don't know too many professionals that can afford their own computer. I don't know too many professionals that work with Nuke 3D apps, that work with apps like Shake and Final Cut Pro. I don't know too many that go to Newegg and put together these cheap ass parts and put a consumer i7 chip in it. The i7 is fast, but it's still a fucking consumer chip, and I don't care what you fucking idiot Adobe PC says. I don't care what your idiot friend Zoll says. The i7 is a consumer chip. Now, have you all priced workstations on the PC side? So I've got some here. Let's look at the difference. Let's look at the HP Z series workstations. You want to? Somebody sent me this, and this makes a good point. Let's see. Look at this. Let's go full screen. Now, can you see here? Look at this. Up to 8 cores, okay? Do you see the inside of this thing? Do you see this HP workstation? Now, why do they call this a workstation? Why don't they just throw together some i7, cheap i7, in some generic case? Now, why do they do this for? Let's go back up to the top here to innovation. Industrial design. Now, look at this thing. It's beautiful, okay? You see how that pulls out like that? Look at the hard drive base. 1, 2, 3, 4 hard drive bays. This beautiful thing folds down. See, they're taking cues from the Mac Pro. Look at this workstation. Look at the inside there. Is that what you get with your little i7? Is that what you get? Oh, but you don't need all that, do you? As long as my computer does the job. Well, when I work at a cable broadcast station and everybody around me's got nice workstations, I'm not going to fucking own some little generic custom PC that I had to build my fucking self. Sorry, it's just the way I am. Look at this. Look at this. This is the first workstation on the PC side that's even come close to Apple, that even has a clue of what's going on. Okay, do you see how beautiful these workstations are? Now look at this. This is like the equivalent of the Mac Pro. If you said, now this is like a Mac Pro, I would say you're right. Brushed aluminum side panels, cableless engineering, visually cableless engineering, optimized airflow, simplified service, superior acoustics to blend into your work environment, tool-free chassis to where you don't need any tools to work on it. Like in the Mac Pro, you hardly need any tools. You can get just about everything out with your hands. Uncluttered and highly streamlined, modular direct connect drives and power supplies. With your stupid custom i7s, you don't have direct connect drives. Quick and easy component changes. You're full of shit, Adobe PC. You're full of shit, Zoll. I mean, this is not your average custom built i7. And if you, Zoll, or any other idiotic PC guy out there says that you can build one of these for $1,000, you're completely and utterly full of complete shit. Okay? And the reason I'm showing this and not the Mac Pro is because if I show the Mac Pro and you're like, oh, I don't need all that shit. I don't need cableless drives, and I don't need a cableless interior. I don't need an interior where I don't need tools to work. I don't need an interior where I can hook up 8 displays, I don't need all that. And that's bullshit. Are you a professional or not? Look at this. Look at what's on the screen. Now, is that what you're telling me? You can build an i7 just like this. Now, this is still a Windows PC. It's still a pile of shit because it still runs Windows. But I want you to look at the care and the time and effort they put into putting this thing together. Up to 8 cores, up to 8 displays. It's quick path architecture, just like all these other things. But it's a Xeon, of course. And I just can't get it through your thick skull that this is what you get. You understand this is what you get when you buy a Mac Pro or something like this. Okay? Now let's go price this HP Z workstation, which is the equivalent to a Mac Pro. Don't you dare come at me with your little pussy ass telling me some custom i7 that you put together at Newegg is the same as this, because it is not. This is the only computer that I've found on the level of the Mac Pro. And let's see what these computers cost. Extreme Workstation, HP Z800, Intel Xeon quad-core processor. Like Adobe PC and Zoll saying, oh, the Xeon is the same as the i7, the Xeon is the same as the i7. I don't care if it's the same or not. For one, the Xeon is more expensive, and for two, all the professional workstations I see have the Xeons in them. The HP workstations have Xeons in them, the Mac workstations have Xeons in them, and the Dell workstations have Xeons in them. Why is that, guys? Why is that? You'll never convince me that an i7 consumer chip is the same as a Xeon. The Xeon is the professional i7. The i7 is the consumer Xeon. Pretty much is what I'm saying. The i7 is consumer, the Xeon is professional. There might not be a huge difference, but there is a difference, and there's a reason why they put Xeons in machines like these workstations. So let's go down and price this HP Z800 with a quad-core Xeon, starting at $4,999. Are you kidding me? Starting at $5,000. Let's look at a few more things this HP workstation offers. Now, I'm not showing you a Mac Pro workstation because you all will just blow it off. You'll say, oh, Macs are just overpriced. I don't need all that shit. But if I show it to you inside of a PC workstation, what's your excuse then? Oh, HPs are overpriced? Bullshit, HPs ain't overpriced. It's just HP charges big money for good machines, just like Apple charges big money for good machines. They're not going to let these engineering marvels go out the door for what you could get a custom built i7 for, and they're not going to get the you're not going to have the same quality either, so stop expecting it. So let's go back to full screen here. Let's look at this expandability. Look at this. Bam, 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 bam. Do you see that? Yeah, your little custom i7 from Newegg offers this kind of luxury. It offers this kind of design and this kind of backbone to the computer. Do you understand? Now, the reason I'm talking good about a PC is because I want you guys to understand that it's not just Apple, okay? It's not just Apple charging these outrageous prices for these big Xeon workstations. It's the same across the board. And if you're going to say Apple's too fucking expensive, you're going to have to say HP's too fucking expensive too. If not, you're a goddamn hypocrite, every one of you. I'm serious. I mean, this is what you pay for. This is what you're getting. Look at this. Okay? And it's the same thing with the Mac Pro. Cableless drives, virtually tool-free environment to work with. All these things you get with a Mac Pro, and this is what you're paying for. And I can't get you guys to understand that. So you go ahead and claim to be your professional editor, and you keep your little 1990 cases and your little 1990 IDE drives, and you keep doing all the things you want to do, Adobe, and because you got a little TV sitting on your thing and you act like it's a broadcast monitor, you think you're a professional. Because I've seen your setup, Adobe. I've seen your setup, and it ain't no more professional than what I got here at home, buddy. And when I see workstations like this, even on the PC side, and I understand, hey, it's not just Apple. Everybody puts a big price on good quality made components, okay? The only downside with this is you got to run Windows. Or I would enjoy owning something really well built like this, because it looks like HP put a lot of time and effort into this workstation. But I refuse to run Windows. So what's my alternative? A Mac Pro, which is better than this, made better than this because it's running OS X and Windows. I can run either one. Do you see what I'm trying to get at here, guys? It's not just Apple with these expensive prices. Anybody and everybody puts expensive prices on well-made, well-manufactured equipment. And it's even true on the PC side. So please, get off your high horse thinking your little consumer i7 or your custom i7 that you pulled from Newegg is the same thing as one of these, because it's not. You're only making yourself sound stupid when you say something like that, and then you follow it up with something like, I'm a professional. It's like an oxymoron. You're a fool. OS X.